welcome back to part 2 of flipping and organising my Gousto recipe book. If you haven't checked out the first video, then I'll put a link to it in the description box. But basically I'm going through my Gousto cookbook and organising them into my favourites and my least favourite recipes. So we got to this recipe in the last video, which is a Japanese pesto linguine with king prawns. And this was absolutely delicious, so full of flavour and so creamy, and you made your own pesto, and it's different to traditional pesto if I remember rightly, because it uses like tomatoes in the sauce. And this one was super delicious. I haven't had a chance to make it again, but I know I would definitely make it again because it's so delicious. So I'm going to keep that in this folder. Next we have the 10-minute hoisin mushroom stir fry, rice and greens. And I don't remember liking this one too much. I think it was a little bit too rich, and I don't know, I normally like hoisin sauce, but I don't know, something about it I didn't really want to make again, so I'm going to put this in the red pile over there. This one is the Mediterranean fish stew and sunny aioli. I remember really liking this one actually. The sauce was really kind of fragrant and rich, and the fish really complemented it quite well, and it just had a piece of ciabatta to go with it to soak up all the nice sauce. I haven't had a chance to make it again, and I think I might, so because I did really like it, so I'm going to keep it in this favourite folder. Next recipe is the 10-minute herby haddock stew with ciabatta, and I've made this a lot of times since. Really delicious stew, really herby and flavourful, really creamy as well, and yeah, it's so yummy, so I'm going to definitely keep this one in this folder. So this one is really interesting because Mr. WhisperAudios really enjoyed it. So it's cheesy mushroom burger, pickled shallot and chips. So I found this one to be a little bit on the heavy side. You made the cheesy mushroom burger yourself from scratch. I found it took forever, and it was a real faff to make. But the flavours of it were really nice, but I found towards the end it got really sickly. I don't know why, maybe that was just my preference, my own personal tastes, but I thought it was like really tasty but really sickly at the same time, and maybe it just didn't need the chips or something, I don't know, I just felt really full afterwards. So I'm going to put this on my red pile. This is a aubergine parmigiana and pesto bruschetta. It's just, I guess, I don't remember making this one. Alright, so instead of pasta sheets, you use aubergine, and It's basically like a no pasta lasagna, and I really like this. Although I think the aubergine is a bit of a acquired taste. So although it was nice, I don't think I would make it again because it wasn't really my absolute favourite. So I'm going to put it on the red pile. This one is a Spanish haddock and butterbean stew, and I've made this one since because it was so nice. I really like the butterbeans in the stew, and it was really wholesome. I think the second time I made it, I didn't use the carrot because I felt like, I don't know, it tasted nicer without it. But this was really nice and flavourful, and it would have been a really nice, it would be a really nice winter stew. So I'm going to actually put that in my keep pile. Next we have pan-fried fish with gnocchi, mushrooms and spinach, and this one was so good, so good. I made it a handful of times after, and it is just so filling, so tasty, so creamy, and it's just a really kind of wholesome dish. And the fish just really complements the whole dish. You could totally have it without the fish because the mushrooms with the gnocchi and the spinach are actually quite filling, so you really don't need the fish. But I think it just adds something really, really nice to it. I think I might make this week actually. That goes in my keep file. This one is a 10-minute smoky halloumi tacos with tomato salsa. Now obviously I love halloumi so much, and I don't remember not liking this. I think since I haven't made it again and it's not really stuck out in my memory to make it again, I might just put this on the red pile. I might make a variation of it, so do halloumi tacos, but in a different kind of way. Maybe, I don't know, I'll have to think of something. This one is a 10-minute garlic, mushroom and sage gnocchi. Again, this was so nice. So essentially this is kind of like the gnocchi recipe we just saw, but without the fish. I think they had pine nuts into this dish instead of like fish. I haven't made this one again, but because I love gnocchi and mushrooms so much, I'm going to keep it in my keep folder. This one is Asian tofu nuggets, wedges, and spicy dipping sauce. I really like these so much. These were really good. I didn't go a lot on the salad. I think it was mostly the radish I wasn't really fond of. But the tofu nuggets were out of this world. I really, really loved them. And the dipping sauce was actually really nice too. I haven't actually made these again because Mr. WhisperAudios doesn't really like tofu that much, but I do. So I might make these for myself one night and do him something different for dinner. I don't think you need the wedges. I can see what they're doing, pairing the wedges with the nuggets, but I think this would be so much nicer with like a nice Asian salad. Something like that without radishes, of course. So I'm going to put this on the red file and just keep it in my memory to do the tofu nuggets some other time. Next we have sweet chili paneer kati wraps. And paneer is so good. It's like the Indian halloumi in my head. Obviously incredibly like full of like fat, and it's not good for you, but it's good in moderation, right? I remember these were okay. They weren't my favourites. I kind of feel like the coriander was a bit overpowering in this dish, and normally I do like coriander. It just didn't really it wasn't my favourite. It was delicious, of course, but it's probably not a recipe I would make again, so I'm going to put that in the red pile. This recipe was one of the first recipes I received. It's the spinach and feta tarts with crispy potatoes and salad. I actually have recorded this as a video. It's still sitting on my computer. I need to get those edited up and released. But I remember this was okay. It wasn't anything to sort of write home about. Pretty much it's just feta and spinach on a piece of puff pastry, and I kind of felt like it needed something more. Maybe like onion, like caramelized onion would have been really nice on this. So even though it was a cool idea, it wasn't my favourite. So I'm going to put this on the red pile. Next we have pan-fried halloumi, herby, bulgur and roasted veg. Now this one I didn't really like, and I don't think Mr. WhisperAudios did either. Obviously we both love halloumi, but the vegetables mixed with the bulgur wheat, it just didn't really do an awful lot. It was a little bit bland, a little bit flavourless, but yeah, it was edible, but really not one of our favourites. So I'm going to put this one on the red pile. Next we have a Goan fish and spinach curry with coriander rice. And I haven't actually made this one again recently, and I don't know why. Maybe I just don't remember it being like a standout dish for me. Again, the coriander rice wasn't a big winner for Mr. WhisperAudios, but maybe I'll give this one another chance again soon. But for now, I'm gonna just put it on the red pile. Next, we have a fragrant Cambodian fish amok. I remember this was really nice because of the lemongrass and the chili, and those two things really complemented each other, and they were really lovely. I haven't actually made this one again, but I think I need to give it a go again. I don't think I'll be able to find kaffir lime leaves, so I might just omit those, but everything else seems to be quite accessible. And I might try this one next week because it was just really nice. Although fresh lemongrass might be difficult to find in my local supermarket, but I'll give it a go. So I'm going to put this one, I'm actually going to put it into the red file because I haven't tried it again, but I'll keep it in my mind to do it. This one was a smoky fish curry with green bean rice. I don't remember liking it all that much. It just was a little bit bland, a little bit kind of not a lot going on. So I'm going to put this one in the red border. This one is baked fish, soy, honey butter, and pak choy. This one was definitely not one of our favourites. It was just really bland and really dry. I love pak choy, but in this situation, there wasn't really a lot going for it, and there definitely needed to be more sauce for sure, because the rice just soaked it all up. So this one will be going into the red folder. This one is tandoori fish, mint, reta, and cucumber salad. I really enjoyed this. This was so yummy. The basa fillets were done in like a tandoori kind of sauce, which you made yourself, and it was just so flavorful. The sauce it came with was really creamy, and it just kind of counteracted the spice in the fish. The only downside to this dish was it didn't really, for me, it didn't really kind of go with, it didn't really need the salad or the rice. I think this would be a really, really lovely starter if you were doing like an Indian main dish. This would be really, really nice as a starter by itself. So this is going to go in the red folder. So the next dish is this king prawn paella with lemon aioli, and this was really delicious. It was like super flavorful and just really, really tasty. Even though it's not like sauce based, the rice wasn't dry at all, and it was just like really kind of, for want of a better word, moist. And the aioli, the mayonnaise, the lemon aioli was just really complimentary to it, and it's just really nice. So I'm going to keep this in the keep folder, the favourites folder. This is a mild Thai fish and coconut rice wombat. Now, I remembered this definitely wasn't our favourite. It was nice and flavourful, but a little bit dry. I remembered I really liked the fried onions, and I remembered I had a bit of an obsession with fried onions after that point, and I added them to everything. But this, not really the most favourite. So I'll put this in the red folder. Next we have the Kolkata aloo paneer curry and buttered naan. This was so yummy. It's just basically a cheese curry, and oh my goodness, I could just eat this all the time, but it's just so bad for you. But I haven't had a chance to make it again because some of these ingredients like I didn't have at the time, and I don't really like the fennel seeds, and maybe I'll give this one another go because I remembered we really liked it. So even though it wasn't our favourite, I'm just going to put it in the red folder. This one is classic king prawn korma, and I've made it so many times because it's just super easy to make. You can just kind of throw it all together and you're kind of done. And it's like ingredients that I have around the house, except for the cardamom pods, which I omit from the recipe. But I'm going to keep this in the favourites folder because, I've made it so many times, so we really like it. This one is snappy Asian fish in papilut. I don't think we really like this one. I think the fish was really nice, but I think because the rice was really dry, the sauce in the fish just like soaked it all up, and I don't think Mr. WhisperAudios really liked it because of all the carrots and the mange too and stuff like that. So this one will go into the red folder. So this one is a 10-minute nutty bang bang prawn stir fry, and I remembered I really like this because it's got satay sauce and I love satay sauce. I love the bok choy as well, so yummy. And you have like fine egg noodle nests in there as well. It only takes 10 minutes, so it's just super quick and easy if you're like rushed for time. So I'm going to keep this in the favourites folder. This is easy truffle mac and cheese, and pretty much it's macaroni and cheese but with like truffle oil. It really didn't need the truffle oil. It's not even truffle oil, it's extra virgin olive oil but flavoured with truffle. I've never made macaroni and cheese like this before, and it was really interesting to make it like that. And it was really nice, and it was quite complimentary to the salad. I'm going to keep it in the favourites because it's actually quite a convenient recipe, you know, for like friends and family and stuff like that. The only problem is it just takes so long, and I don't know why. I don't remember it taking that long. So yeah, I'm not really sure why it took so long to make. 45 minutes is a long time. But I'm going to keep it in the favourites. So this is a 10-minute fish korma with basmati rice and beans. I really don't remember this one, but it looks nice, and it looks like a variation on the korma that's already in this recipe book, the one with the prawns. I think I might keep this in the favourites because it'd be really good to try again. Or maybe I'll put it in the red one, seeing as I haven't had it again. Yeah, I'll put it in the red one. This is the cheesy tomato gnocchi tray bake. I remember this one was really good. It was really lovely. It was kind of like a dismantled lasagna. That kind of is what it reminded me of, and it was just so nice and so cheesy and so pastry. I think I'd probably put a little bit more spinach in it and less gnocchi, but overall I really liked it, so I'm definitely going to try this one out again. I'll keep it in the favourites. This one is a crispy fish with chips and lemony mayo, and I really like the crispy fish, although it did take quite a long time to make. It takes over 40 minutes to make them, but I think that was because of the chips. But this was really lovely, but something I haven't made again, so I'm going to put it in the red folder for the time being. This is smoked fish gratin, champ and beans and greens, and it's something I've made maybe once or twice since. I really like it because the fish you like bake in like a sauce with like a crumb on top, and it goes really super nice and creamy. Mashed potatoes are life, so I love that, and these spring greens are really delicious as well. Mr. WhisperAudios even ate them. He like chopped them up really finely and mixed it in with everything, so he actually ate those. So I'm going to definitely keep this in the favourites folder. This is a smoked tofu katsu and sticky rice. I love katsu curry. I have the tofu katsu curry at Yo Sushi when I go there because it's just so delicious. I don't know what that is. I'm going to just leave it on there. Obviously I really love tofu, so I really like this. I haven't had a chance to make it again, unfortunately, because Mr. WhisperAudios doesn't go a lot on tofu. So I'm going to keep this in mind for myself, but I'm going to go and put it in the red folder. These are smoky fish cakes, greens and curried mayo. I've made these again another time after this recipe, and they are so good. It's kind of like a variation of the leek and the mackerel fish cakes, which we've already seen, but these ones use smoked basa, which is really delicious. And the greens that go with them are really nice too. It just is really complimentary, and it's not heavy in any way. It's really nice, and this curried mayo is a new discovery for me. Putting curry powder in mayonnaise is so cool and ingenious, and it really goes well with this. So I'm going to keep it in the favourites. This is smoky fish stew with crusty ciabatta. This was delicious, and I've made it since. This is basically like a nice light but creamy stew with smoked fish, and you get a lovely roll to dip it in. This was so yummy, and again it would be lovely for a nice dinner with friends on like a winter evening. It's so nice. So I'm going to keep this in this folder. This sweet chili fish and sesame pak choy. I don't even remember cooking this one, so it might not have been that great. I can tell right away that it'll be just too dry, I think, for my personal taste. Yeah, I don't remember cooking this, but I love pak choy and rice and fish, but I don't remember it, so I'm going to put this one in the red folder. Next we have Indonesian style prawn curry and green bean rice. Again, I don't think I really like this one. I think the flavours were a bit strange for me. I think it was a bit hot as well. I'm not really too keen on hot food. I think there was a lot of onions, I remember. I don't think you need quite as much, but not my favourite, so it's going in the red book. This is a 3 cheese veg packed pasta bake. Of course, I'm going to say this was one of my favourites because it's pasta and vegetables. I think it would have been really good with mushrooms. I think you get courgette, but really I think that's all the vegetables that there are in there, and I think it could have done with, like I say, mushrooms, broccoli, peppers even, because I think it would complement it. I think you could still keep the 3 cheeses, which are mozzarella, Italian hard cheese and mature cheddar. You could probably do like blue cheese if you were feeling fancy. But yeah, I'm going to keep this in the favourites and maybe do some tweaks to it. This one is cheesy cod and spinach gratin with crispy potatoes. I've definitely done this one before, since, but I don't use cod. I don't eat cod anymore because I don't find it sustainable. So I use like pollock, basa, maybe haddock at a push. Like all these recipes, I only use fish that is sustainable, like from my local fishmonger. And yeah, I don't find cod to be too sustainable. So I just use more sustainable fish and just swap it out. But this one I really liked. And it works just well with any other fish. So I'm going to put this one in the favourites. This one is vegetable noodles and silky cashew nut sauce. I remembered I didn't like this one, and I was really surprised because it has all my favourite things in it. But I don't know, maybe it was just like the combination of flavours or something about it I just didn't like. I don't know, I found it a little bit strange. Not my favourite, so I'm going to put this one in the red folder. This one is a 10-minute steamed miso fish with brown rice. Again, I don't remember really liking this one an awful lot. There were some strange flavours in it. I don't know, I think it was like, maybe it was the miso or something like that. I don't know, it wasn't my favourite, so I'm going to put it in the red folder. This is a 10-minute smoked fish and creamy lemon spaghetti. Of course, spaghetti is always going to be a favourite. It has my favourite capers and garlic and smoked basa. This was just really nice. I think if I would do it again, I would not use the sugar snap peas. I would use green beans or something like that because I'm not really keen on these sugar snap peas. I mean, they were nice at the time, but not my favourite. But I would definitely make this one again because it was just really, really nice. So, into the favourites it goes. This is an asparagus and goat's cheese risotto, and it was absolutely delicious. Asparagus, I don't have an awful lot, but I really, really like it, and I think I've got Mr. WhisperAudios to like it too. So this was like creamy and cheesy and like herby and earthy with like the asparagus and the rocket, and it was just really lovely and light and refreshing, and not heavy like some risottos can be. So I really like this, so it's going in the favourites. This is sticky sesame, tofu and asparagus noodles. I think I remember liking this one, although I think it needed more sauce in it. The asparagus were actually really nice, and obviously the tofu was too. But I haven't made it since, and it's not one that I can truly remember really liking, like massively. So I'm going to put it into the red book. So this one is the 10-minute juicy Thai prawn salad, and I really wanted to like it. I really did. Something about it just looks so nice and refreshing and healthy, but I don't know. It just didn't do it for me, and I didn't really enjoy it too much. Maybe if these cucumber pieces were cut differently, possibly it would make it a little bit more palatable. I don't know, maybe I'm just making that up, but not a winner for me. Into the red book it goes. Oh, it's the last one. So this last one is a 10-minute mushroom biryani with cucumber raita. Please correct me if I'm saying that wrong. So this one was okay. The sultanas ruined it. For me personally, it's probably part of the dish traditionally, but something about it. Normally I do like sweet and savoury together. I think that's really nice. I have like sweet and salty popcorn at the cinema, but something about it, I think there was too many sultanas or something. I don't know, it just had that kind of sweet taste to it, which I didn't really like. Maybe I would try it again without the sultanas, but overall, not a winner for me. So into the red book it goes. I hope that this video was, well, these two videos were relaxing for you. And thank you very much for watching. And I will see you in my next video.